How's it going, everyone? My name is Chase. I'm the founder of Avalon Retention Marketing. We focus on email and SMS. And today I'm just going to be going through a few really good emails that I found on reallygoodemails.com. Kind of fitting. So I'm not affiliated with any of these. I'm not even really familiar with a lot of these brands, but I thought these emails were really good, and I just wanted to share why. Hopefully, this can help you um, when you're creating your own content, whether it's social media content or emails or whatever. A lot of these same rules still apply. So the first one I found is Kismet. So this is a pet food email. Got a really cute dog here, and I'll actually get into this in a second because this is actually pretty important. So, first things first, if you're unfamiliar with this brand and you read this headline, you already know what is happening in this email. So, pet food, dog food, kibble is all pretty standard. You get the big bag, you kind of know what you're getting. So, you already know that Kismet is different in some way. So, this drags you down here to now find out why. Okay, so it's not like regular dog food. Why not? And then it explains most dry foods are cheap and unhealthy. Fresh pet food is expensive and inconvenient. We made something different, filled with all natural ingredients. So this would target somebody who's maybe a little bit more health conscious about their dogs, I guess. Probiotics and freeze dried nuts that dogs devour. Our food is as nutritious as fresh and as easy as dry. Blah 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 blah. So all of these things are basically telling the consumer why they should care, why this isn't like any other dog food, and it's definitely targeting those dog lovers that only want to feed their dogs the best food. So the next thing I noticed when I was looking at this, we have two different options, right? So what I really like about this email is this section down here, this results that matter. Why? Because there's two different bags here, and we have chicken, barley, and salmon and brown rice. So if we're just a consumer, we don't know which one we're gonna pick. Like, why should I get my dog the chicken and barley? Why should I get my dog the salmon and brown rice? Like why? I don't know. They don't. It's not like a person where I would get it for flavor, right? So this actually helps us decide. This results that matter quiz. You can take the quiz, and then it would probably prompt you with one of these. So that's why this is a really good email. When like reviewing emails, I don't like to really critique them or give too many criticisms because we have no idea how this is performing. I can assume it's performing really good. I mean, it was on reallygoodemails.com, and those emails do outperform most. But this results that matter thing. You don't see this a lot. You don't see these types of quizzes on emails all the time, but these are really impactful, especially if you're already interested in the brand and even in the products, but you just don't know which one to get. This can really push you as a consumer to that level. And then I said I would get into the dog, really cute dog. What's important about this is that when there's either two types of people when in marketing, there's people that think kind of stock imagery like this doesn't matter, and other people that think it matters a lot and that's all it is. So we want to find a middle ground, kind of like everything in life. So what I like about this is that it's a cute dog, and it's showcasing that the dog is eating good. He's like at a table, candlelit dinner here. So this is kind of just like saying, this isn't just, slop you throw on the ground, right? This is like your dog is eating good, almost like luxurious. And this is a cute little bandana. So that's Kismet. I'll go into the second one, which is Marsh Hen Mill, which is another brand I haven't heard about before. But after doing a little bit of research, they sell grains. So like rice, things like that. So this is a kind of a thing we've probably all seen stuff like this where we have a brand that sells food ingredients, and so they offer a recipe. So this one is telling us how to make horchata, the Mexican drink, which is with like rice, cinnamon, and milk and whatever. Which is really unique because this is a completely random idea that's still relevant because they sell the ingredients, but they just sell grains, right? So thinking like, well, what could I do with a grain? Well, here's a really unique idea. You can make this really delicious drink. If you've never had it, you should. It's really good. Um, and so it gives you a little bit of like, if you don't know what it is, you can just read this. Got the ingredients, and then it promotes the product here. So that's really good about that one. The recipe kind of just gives you more motivation. Like, why should I, like, I eat grains, but like, why should I? What should I? Then down here, we have a type of a gift. So we're gifting Edisto Gold honey with orders over $125. That's just another incentive to buy more stuff. We have more recipes. So if you see this one, you're like, oh, I'm interested, and then maybe you see something like, oh, well, I really want to learn how to, make seafood or what I could do with grains and seafood, right? So this is a really good email. It's longer than the last one. In this video, I compiled multiple different lengths, but I really love doing this for food brands, getting recipes, especially for things you haven't really thought of. Because like if you're a butcher shop, putting in a burger recipe is a really easy idea. But if we can come up with something a little bit more unique and a way to use meat in some other way, that would be really good. But this is an amazing way to keep your emails less promotional, which is something that I always try to express to people and to all the brands that I work with, is that we don't want to just promote things all the time. We want to give them value in ways that also give us value. But that's the big thing. So this is one, like, it's free value. It's a recipe, right? This isn't hard. The brand isn't losing anything making this, and it's promoting the product in a more unique way than just saying buy the gold rice. Like, it's a little self-explanatory, and they did it in a really good way. So the third one is wildflower. This is these emails are beautiful. I will say they do have some really good designs. I've seen a lot of them. So this is a Halloween theme, as I'm going over this in June, so it's very relevant. Um this is just a good seasonal email. Halloween mocktails. It's a really good hook. This would definitely get somebody to buy one of these during that season. And then this is the part that I thought was really good, the meet the flavors, just the two flavors. It gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what they actually are because we see them up here, right? And then if we just scroll down, we can learn more. This would incentivize us more to buy it without actually having to use discounts or gifts or anything. This is a good way to do it. It gives you a little explanation of what it is, along with the title, even though the titles are relatively self-explanatory. But it just feels very complete, right? I think it's the gradient behind it that I really like about this email. On all their emails look like this. I think they look fantastic. But this is a good thing, especially if you are making your own emails, doing this design trick where you can put a gradient in the background and then kind of put cards above it. Does look really good. And the way that they've executed it, awesome. It's great. Love this email. And the last one we're going to look at is ARMRA. Don't know how to pronounce that, but they do barbecue stuff. This email, I'm just gonna scroll through real quick as so you can kind of see the whole thing. This is definitely a longer email, but what's really cool about this email design wise is that it's super cohesive. These are all different sections, but they don't feel like it because this gradient goes from dark all the way to light. It's awesome. So don't get burned. This is a great headline because when the consumer opens this, they have no idea what that means, and that really gets you going. And the design of this email really does trail your eye down. Don't get burned. What are you talking about? Then you read this: the backyard barbecue is an unwritten scent of summer. Oh, okay. So we understand. Okay, so this is about getting burned at the barbecue, right? But there's potentially toxic underbelly to the sizzle that even the keenest noses could miss, right? Whatever. Um, choose ARMA. So it's like, oh, okay. So this is a product that would give me, a more healthier barbecue. So I understand now what this is, right? The harmful chemical byproducts, right? I think their target audience would be people that are kind of similar to the first one we looked at. These would be people that are more interested in the health of themselves. So when they think about like, oh, when I cook meat or whatever, and there's carcinogens or whatever, this is the target audience that would care about that. So then it kind of goes down and actually tells you what they are, which is great for an email, right? So when we say things like chemical byproducts, like what? So that's like the first question, especially maybe if you're a little less clued in, right? Now it's literally telling you. So it's good in this way. Got to be a little bit careful when you do things like this because you don't want to use fear tactics. But I think they're executing it really well because this is kind of just saying like this is a thing, and it's kind of well known that that there are carcinogens, cancer linked whatever these are, chemicals that can get into your food from ways of cooking and grilling and stuff. So, and then it gives some value here, right? This is value in a way that they don't have to provide anything. This costs them nothing, right? It just gives them tips on how to have like a healthier barbecue. So leaner cuts of meat, change your clothes, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's like saying like, don't get smoke all over you. Skip the char marks. So that might be something I didn't know this until reading this. Char marks can be, depending on your grill, obviously can cause, a higher risk for some of these chemicals. And then looking at some of these, here we have the product, right? What they're trying to promote. So basically, the customer has to learn before they're confronted with the product, which pretty much none of the other emails did, at least to this extent. This is a really good way of doing it because it's at least, what's the word? It's attractive. It's interesting. Everything stays interesting. We learn something new every time, and then we get the product, which makes us more of a warm customer. We're now very aware of what this product solves, why we need it, and so here we go. Add to cart, boom. So the actual CTA is literally at the bottom of the email. I don't really do them like this. Um, I would always test it. So I always like having CTAs in random spots in the email, and it looks like there actually is this one here. Even though I don't really know what this is telling the customer to do. But definitely buying the product at the bottom is an interesting choice. We have no idea how this is performing, but I can assume it's performing very well, like all the other emails in this video, just because of all the free education that's interesting to read, right? It's not just boring product copy. So likewise, it's seasonal, summer barbecues. Where was it? Unwritten scent of summer. Really good copy here. So these are just some really good emails I have seen. Just wanted to point out why I like these. They even have research citations, which you do not really ever see in consumer emails. So really good emails. Use reallygoodemails.com if you want some inspiration for making your emails or your social media content. These are all 3 different really good variations. So we got ARMRA, Wild Wonder, Marsh Hen Mill, and Kismet. Really good emails. So I hope this was insightful. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching.